Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk About It with Yogi Hamm. I'm Yogi Hamm, the Cherokee Viking. This is my garage, Slim Ham Studios, by God. That's right, tonight we're going to do another ghost story, boy. Nefarious Larry. You ever hear tell of that guy? If you hate, he's about to, boy. Okay, I'm going to tell you about the background, and then I'm going to tell you about what happens, what is said to happen there. If you go in there and do that little, say them words or whatever. I went there. A buddy of mine, a good friend of mine, till then. He said, let's go check that out. Let's just go. And I said, I ain't going there at night. He said, let's go in that daytime. But by the time we fiddled around and got there, it was getting ready to be about twilight, boy. And I was already mad because I was like, we're supposed to do this in daytime. He's like, oh, it's still light out. And I'm like, it's getting dark, boy. And we went in. Anyway, I'll tell you about that. So background, this happened at a damn elementary school. And the center building was round. And the center part of it was all the offices and the nurse's station like that. The main office. And then the outer part of that round building was a hallway. And it had like some windows, but it also had like lockers on both sides of the wall. So you go down that circle, you go that big old dang circle, and there's, like I said, lockers on both sides. And there's doors that lead to other buildings that come off of that circle, the center building circle, and they got little hallways that lead to bigger buildings off of it. Like the English building, the math building, the science building, the cafeteria, the gym, library, like that. So that's how that school's laid out, right? It's junior high school, and there's this janitor in there named Larry Simpson or Sampson. It's one of them Impson names. I don't remember which one. Do you have that over there? Wrote down? Yeah, I didn't write that down. It's Larry something. But he did some nefarious things, is what I'm trying to tell you. That's where that name come from, I guess. That didn't even need to be said. That's pretty obvious. We're going to edit that out and get you started. So, anyway, he did some stuff, and I'm wondering, if, is that where they got that, you think that's where they got that, that Freddy damn Krueger guy idea? You think that's where he got that? From this Nefarious Larry guy? Anyhow, alright, so the legend is, if you go in there, you go in, and because that door, they keep bolting that door shut, and people just keep breaking it open. I heard they're going to put some bars up eventually, but it's been since the 70s since it's been going on. I don't think no bars is coming. So if you go in there, that center, that big round circular hallway, they say there's trash in there. And like people's brought cinder blocks to put candles on. So if you go out there and you light all the candles that's already out there, it'll light up that all the way around that damn circle, boy. All the way around that hallway. So the legend is, if you go in there at night and you light all them candles, boy, and there's trash everywhere, like papers and magazines and damn, like McDonald's bags and cups and crap everywhere. So if you go in the front door and you go all the way around to the opposite side of that circular hallway, and then when you're back there and you got candles going on both sides, and then you say real loud, you say that name, that Nefarious Larry guy. I ain't gonna say him all together because I don't need him showing up out here. I can't have that. I ain't having it. But you say Nefarious Larry, and then you say it real loud, and then you, after you say all that, you say, come get me, like that. And then you standing there, and you can look around that way to where it circles around, and you can't see no farther. And then you can look around this side as far as you can till it circles around. You can't see no farther. But there's candles lit that you lit all the way around, right? And all of a sudden, you wait a second after you say all that, and then there'll be a breeze. Like that. And all the candles start flickering in the breeze, and papers and trash will start moving a little bit. And then you hear footsteps. You'll hear footsteps, but because they start way at the other side, you hear them around both sides. So you have to wait till it gets a little farther down, whichever way it's coming, to tell which way is safe to run. But the thing is, the way the acoustics is in there, by the time you can tell, oh, it's this way, them footsteps speed up. Right when you can hear which way they's coming, they speed up. And so you got to start running the opposite way, boy. And I don't have any stories about if anybody's got caught or not. I've got a bunch I've texted and emailed with a bunch of people that been there and went down there and did all that and ran out and got out and ran out to their cars and left. They didn't even blow the candles out. Some of them. So a buddy, we'd heard that story a long time, but it's kind of far from here. It ain't just a little. Let's drive over there. It ain't one of them distances. It's pretty far away. But a buddy of mine said, "Hey, let's get over there and go do that." Well, I wasn't about to go in there and be going, "Hey, Nefarious Larry, I'm right here. I am." I ain't doing that. That's playing games with whoo. You don't want to play games with that. You don't want to play games with that. You might. I don't. I told him, I said, I'll go, but you ain't saying them words. Oh, no. We'll just go take a look and walk around. We ain't going to do all that. I said, all right then. And we get out there, and it's dark inside there. But he fiddled around too, boy. He played me on that because he fiddled out. Oh, I got to stop right here. Oh, I got to stop here. Oh, I got no low pressure on that tire. I feel it running low. We got to stop and get some air in that tire. Oh, while we're here, I'm going to use the bathroom and get me a soda and some crackers and blah, blah. And I'm like, boy, we're running that. I didn't have a watch on. But so by the time we got there, it's already getting late, boy, and that sun was a dipping. And he said, so I said, man, it's getting dark. You wasting too much time. He's like, no, we're good, we got you. And so we went in there, and he goes, well, we can't see, we're going to have to light these candles. And I'm like, boy, you better not be playing nothing. So we lit some candles and then went around there, and he went all the way around, and I could see where he was at. I could see he was where you're supposed to be, on the exact opposite of these front doors, all the way in the back of that circle. He was there, but I wasn't there. I was walking slow, looking at there's graffiti every damn where. People spray painted crap all over the lockers, and there's trash and everything. So I'm kind of looking around like, well, look, oh, that's a dirty drawing. You shouldn't put that there. Oh, damn. Oh, that's a good job with some spray paint. That looked pretty cool. But all of a sudden, he goes, Nefarious Larry. And I looked at him. I was like, oh, don't you even. He goes, and then he said that. I ain't saying them words together, but then he bought in. He's like, come get me. And I was like, oh, you son of a bitch, you. And I thought, well, okay, before anything starts, any wind or howling or footsteps, I'm already halfway to the door going this way. So I took off, and I'm like, even if I'm 50-50 chance that I'm already in the side that's going to be safe. So if I start running now, number one, I might be able to beat that If it's going the other way, I'm way ahead of it. And also, even if this is one where he's coming this way, I'm already more than halfway to getting out the door before the footsteps start. So I just ran my ass off, boy. And I went out them front doors, and I went out about 100 foot from the front door. I was running, I was like, damn you, buddy. Like that. And I got out there, and I'm looking back in like this. And I can see them candles. I can see the candlelight going in and out. And so I knew some wind was flickering them flames, boy. And I'm like, holy crap. And I can hear my guy running. And I'm like, is he crying? Is he losing his mind? He come busting out that door laughing. That was a blaze, boy. And I'm like, and I said, my buddy come out. I mean, my former buddy come out. And I was he was laughing too, boy. And I'm like, I was mad. Because he put me in that situation that I wasn't willing to be there in that. I told him I'd go if we didn't say all that crap. Ooh, so I'm mad at him. I'm standing there like this. And he's going, wasn't that a blast? And I'm like, no, it was not. And I started to punch him right then. I started to just knock him out. Boom! Take a nap, former buddy. Like that, be looking over him like, that's what you get, boy, laying down there on the ground. That's what you get, like that. But then I thought, oh, he's my ride, and we're a long way from home. So we went home, by God. And we didn't talk much on there. Every now and then he'd say, whoo, that's a ride, boy. That's adrenaline rush. Then we listened to radio, and he'd be like, whoo, man, didn't that make you feel alive? Whatever. We got out. He pulled up in front of my house. I got out, boy. I got out. And I walked in the house. As I'm walking up, he's like, all right, I'll call you tomorrow, or call you this weekend. I said, yeah, just don't. Or don't, or something like that. And so he got out of the car and he was yelling at me over the car and he was like, what? And I'm like, I told you don't do that while I'm in there, and you did it while I was in there. Like, yeah, we were yelling back and forth. And he was like, man, it was fun. I'm like, it wasn't fun for me. So I didn't talk to him for a long time after that, boy. And a few years later after that, he called me up and said, hey, I'm having a party and I really want you to come, and I apologize for all that, but I want to see you face to face. So I went and we cleared it, and we're cool now. And every once in a while, once a year, maybe we'll get together and have lunch, hang out a little bit, go shoot some pool or something or whatever. But we ain't like we used to be. I tell you that, we ain't like we used to be. Now, I don't have no evidence that all that happened. I just have my word of what I saw. Now, he could have been in there with a flashlight or have some kind of blowing machine that made the candles flicker. I don't know. Because I left that shit. I told you, I was out, boy. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. That made me mad. But anyhow, I don't have no evidence, but here I do have a song called Evidence. That's horrible. Cut. Edit that out. Edit that out. We'll go again. All right, the song I want you to hear. Go listen to this. It's from 1995. Band called Faith No More. And the song is called Evidence. Yeah. Go listen to that, why don't you? Y'all ever been to that junior high where Nefarious Larry is? If you have, put it in the comments. If you heard about it, you got a friend, a story from a friend, something happened to a friend, put it in there. We're talking about all kind of crap about ghost crap. Put it in there. We'll talk about it. Till next time. I will see you later in the next one. Bye.